And just like that, baby, we officially live again on the official Wydoe Podcast, and we got a big show tonight. Today, it's still early, baby. Let's go.
Hold on. Shout out to you for even doing this show.
Shout out to Wydoe.
Shout out to Wydoe.
Thank you, Wydoe.
Thank you. Shout out to you. I love your platform. Love everything that you're doing, bro.
Wydoe.
One time for anybody out there chasing their dreams. One time for the family. One time for my day ones. And one time for the bad bitches in the back that's rocking with it, girl. Play with me. She want daddy to look at her, okay? That person in the mirror last week, last year, last month, 5 years ago, it's the only person you're in competition with. And just like that, baby, we are officially live on the official Wydoe Podcast, live from South Florida, baby. It's a great Monday today. Final, okay. Got a lot to talk about here. A lot of basketball shit to break down. Shout out to LSU. Held it down for the women's national championship last night. Today we got the men's national championship, UConn, San Diego State, that took down my FAU Owls. God damn. Buzzer beater, man. Tragic, sad, but it is what it is. That's the sports. That's basketball. That's high level competition. So I'm not going to keep it too long of a show today. Obviously, we got Pat McAfee and the boys live. I got to go over there and tune in, but I just kind of wanted to jump on a live show one time for the one time, show face a little bit. You know, obviously, if you guys didn't know, your boy Wydoe is now officially live from the FWMB studios. So all my shows will be, recorded live there now. I'm still going to do my live shows on YouTube here. Anybody can join in, jump in, might have guests that are far away come. We'll still get this thing rolling. I do miss coming on live from time to time. But the studio is just a whole different ball game, a whole different opportunity. I can have people literally come in to book out their own show, to be on with me, just to kind of film, get some content for themselves. It's awesome. And if you didn't know, you obviously check out the past videos on my YouTube, Rise of Warrior event, the iCryo interview, an interview with a cardiologist, Dr. Goldman, a renowned cardiologist on top of that. We got the Whiskey Wonders podcast coming soon, collaboration with your boy. They came through the studio and shot a great episode for them. Stay tuned for that. This is a little clip from the Rise of Warrior event.
I'm a basketball player. As a basketball, I am.
You can hoop?
King Zoo.
Let the Benjamins.
Hey.
Just in case any sucker would want to run his lips. A female, I don't trust a car.
I know.
And now, just a quick shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sandra. Shout out to Dom, my dog. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. I'm not going to stay too long. LSU, Iowa, big game, down to the wire. I was tuned in. I'm not going to lie. I've been a fan of LSU pretty much all year. Shout out to Coach Kim Moakley. She is awesome. Angel Reese is awesome. They've been kind of an underdog from the get-go. Obviously, everybody knows, UConn. Everybody knows, obviously, South Carolina undefeated 2 years in a row. Well, guess what? Big bad Caitlin Clark and Iowa took down South Carolina, which that's really impressive to me, that game. She put on 41 back-to-back. I mean, goddamn. But let's just go ahead and jump right into what everyone's talking about. The end of the game, LSU pretty much dominated, and Caitlin Clark did her thing. That's what the game was to me. We had an early freshman drop 21 in the first half. That's a huge difference maker right there. Angel Reese really didn't even have a crazy game. I think she had like 15 and 12 or whatever. Points-wise, she didn't have a big game, but she always affects the game positively because she has such size. She's a presence down low, and she gets a lot of rebounds. It was incredible to see the offensive rebounds, that LSU got over Iowa. And that's their issue. They're small. They're a bunch of gunners, bunch of shooters. But so obviously Caitlin Clark has got this thing going on. She did it against Louisville. If you watch the game, which I was, she didn't really do it at the other point guard. She was really looking at her coaches. basically saying, face guard me. They can't face guard me. They can't see me. Whatever the fuck you want to do, it is what it is. It's basketball, bro. We talking shit. It's nothing out the ordinary. This is my thing, though. Everyone's freaking out about Angel Reese doing at the end of the game to Caitlin Clark. Trash talk is trash talk. At the end of the day, you got to win. But people are freaking out about this right here. She gave her the wave. She gave her the finger. We got the ring. It's coming down. But notice right here. This is my thing. Caitlin's not even looking at her. So if she's not even looking at you, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't agree with that kind of trash talk. I'd rather look at you dead in your face and say whatever I'm going to do. Do the motion to you. So let's go ahead and look, because a lot of people are sharing it. The comparison between when Caitlin did it and when Angel did it to her. But my thing is this. It's fine to do it. You did win. You got that girl out of here. I feel you. But it's just odd to me that was her main focus while about to win the national championship. And it wasn't just like she did it for 2 seconds like Caitlin did. Angel did it for about 15. Let's check it. And she's already doing it for about 3 seconds before the video starts. She's just following her around. The other player right here is hitting the gritty. I feel you, girl. You just won the chip. Why are you so focused on Caitlin Clark? She's not even looking at you. Going crazy on her. Which it is what it is. It's sportsmanship. It's competition. You got to do what you got to do. It's not that bad. I think too many people are soft these days that are freaking out about it. It's no soft shit. Caitlin didn't mind it. She's a competitor. But it's just weird to me that Angel's that focused on that. That focused to go be seen by Caitlin, to try to get in. The game's over. You're not getting in her face anymore. And to be honest, Caitlin at 30, she outplayed you. So you beat her. Your team beat her for sure. You got her out of there. But at the end of the day, she still did her fucking thing. And so it's just odd to me that she was that honed in on Caitlin Clark. That was odd. It wasn't even like they were going at it the whole game. But that's, Angel Reese, shout out to her. She's awesome. She's a very good basketball player. And she's, she likes to showboat a little bit too. She does the, too small. She did that a few times off an easy-ass layup. It is what it is, So, but shout out to him. You got to like that. I told JB, shout out to Coach JB. I told him before the tournament started, he was asking me my picks on the men's. And I told him, to be honest, I think the women's side will have more highlights and be more competitive and just more flair. And it pretty much lived up to the hype. So I'm going to have to clip that clip and bring it back. So I'm a goddamn future teller out here. And that's kind of, as a basketball fan, I just want to see good games. I don't want to see any blowouts. It kind of sucked watching UConn for a long time, just blow everybody out. So it's so dope to see, these days. It's just, come on now. I love it. Getting a phone call here. I'm on live, dog. I can't respond. Hold on. Actually, this could be some business. So let me go ahead and just give him a text. But my point, as a competitor, you just won the championship. Your coach is on the sideline crying on the court. Why are you so worried about Caitlin Clark and hitting her with this? You didn't even go off. If you had 30, Angel, I feel you. Do your thing. But let's just be real. This is what Caitlin Clark did the entire tournament. 26, 22, 31, 41, 41, and a 30. And the champ in the chip game that she couldn't see you. She still got 30. And even in the post-game press conference, Angel's talking about her. Caitlin's a great player, but Alexis held her. I mean, she still had 30. She tried to downplay that shit. That's 30 points on a national championship stage. Women, men, I don't give a fuck. It's hard to do that. Shout out to Kemba Walker. Everybody remembers Kemba Walker's crazy run when UConn won it. He wasn't putting up those numbers. 26, 20. She averaged 30 in the guy for the whole tournament. So, I mean, I love LSU saying, shout out to Caitlin Clark. She's raw, but put some respect on LSU. Absolutely have to, but the only difference here is you got that coach. You got Coach Mulkey, and she's a legend. Her 4th ring right there. But LSU is a real team. But at the end of the day, Caitlin and I believe Angel are only juniors. So we get to run it back. We get to see it again. And that's what I love. That's what I love to see. I love the competitive. I love the game. The entire game was dope. If I had to critique anything for Angel Reese, shout out to her. She's a phenomenal player. I think she's doing great things for the game. A lot of women, like the girls, like she said, are looking up to her, as well as Caitlin, that look like both of them. at the end of the day, we just want to get girls, to be athletic, compete, and do whatever they want to do and succeed. So both of them are winning in that aspect. But in my opinion, not only this, which, we're going to talk about this fucking for too long at this point. I would be shocked if they haven't reached out to each other at this point. Either Angel saying, yo, Caitlin Clark, all love, or Caitlin saying, yo, it's all love. They're just competitors at the end of the day. So fuck what the media says. Fuck what ESPN talks about. They're going to drag it for a long time. I'm not talking about it no more. But what I will say is this. If you watched it, after they won the national championship, when they're celebrating and shit, on the stage, on the podium, receiving the championship, Angel and like 4 other players got their cell phone out. Way more worried about a selfie, way more worried about the angle with the confetti dropping than being in that goddamn moment. And that is what's scary to me about these days. That's scary. Even in the post-conference interview, Angel's on her phone. Like, that phone should be away. You fuck the phone. At this point, 2023, there's so much media, there's so many camera, photography, videographers there. You'll get footage. You'll get the film. I never understood that. Why we got to do it ourselves, especially in a moment like that? That was just odd. But people will say that's Wydoe, that's your generation, that's soft. I don't know about that. But what I will say is this right here. That's only going to happen in a women's game. If that's the men's, and this is where I'm going to translate it, because you followed around for like 12 to 15 seconds. If there's a guy doing that, they're probably going to fight. They're probably going to fight right there. I just lost. I don't give a fuck. I got 30, motherfucker. It's just I've seen it. It is what it is, So that was odd. I would have liked to see Angel Reese go to her teammates first, but, she did that so much to Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, I can't hate on it. I cannot hate. All I wanted was to see great basketball, great competition, and we saw that. I got my dogs in here. Rockhead, Joe Accor. What's up, baby? I see you guys. Exactly. Joe knows. If that was men, man, someone's getting punched. And then it would have been a whole different ordeal, right? It would have been a whole different ordeal. Luckily, Caitlin brushed it off. She kind of looked to the side, and they asked her about it in the press conference. She said, I didn't even see her because you just lost the national championship game. That's your main focus. Angel, you just won the motherfucking national championship. That should be your main focus. You drew that little ring on your hand. Now you get a real one. Why'd even do that to Caitlin Clark? In my opinion, it's because, okay, as a basketball player, even if I'm playing the Miami Heat, the big 3 Miami Heat with LeBron and them, they haven't seen us yet, right? They haven't seen us. We can't go in knowing we're going to lose. But after you win, you got to give the props. Hey, sir, you whooped my ass, or if you won, hey, man, that's a bad motherfucker right there. So I would have liked to see a little bit more credit to Caitlin because that was a one-woman show for sure. And I didn't even bring it up. It's unfortunate the refs were so involved. That's tragic. The refs were so involved. I don't care about the people saying they should have teched LSU's coach for being on the court. That's some soft shit. But, man, all 3 of LSU's stars had 4 fouls going into the third quarter, I believe. Way early. Caitlin Clark got the technical foul for tossing the ball. Shouldn't have done that. You got to be smart in that, Caitlin. But damn, referees, like, why are we getting involved in a game like that? I'm not sure. That's my only takeaways. But besides that, it was a great game. I was jumping out my seat pretty much the entire thing. Especially, I don't know if you have anybody watch. At halftime it was like, okay, this is over. Boosie Badass was on live saying, Larry Bird, come get your daughter. It's over, right? Shout out to Caitlin Clark. And it did look like it was over. The freshman girl off the bench, 21 out of nowhere, 5 straight threes in the first half. I mean, it was a dominating performance by LSU. But to see LSU come right out after halftime and go on a 12-0 run, I believe they went on, or 18-2, that was insane. They really showed they can come right back. To me, it was like, okay, we got a fucking game. We got Caitlin Clark. But then the fouls took them out of the whole game. So to me, that was just really sad to see the refs. In my opinion, I've been watching a lot of the women's basketball, WNBA, and the tournament. And I think the refs let it go more than the men's because, they're not as fast, not as big. They don't act as much, I'll say. A lot of fucking dudes out here acting. But, man, they called a lot in that game. That was surprising to me, especially even in South Carolina. Listen to me talk about these women's. Shout out to women's basketball. God damn, they had us hyped. Had me tuned in. I'm a real hooper, but, hey, I was tuned into them fucking women. The South Carolina-Iowa game, very tough, very physical. Didn't call much. I love that. Die Epic, you right, bro. You goddamn right. That's the thing about Caitlin Clark. We'll get into it. A lot of people will say she's so great. She is. She's an offensive magician. But like South Carolina's coach, Don Staley, said, we knew what Caitlin Clark was going to do. She's going to shoot. She's going to dribble, attack, assist, and she's going to do a lot of turnovers. And she did all of them. That's her one, the turnovers. And, man, they had, like Epic 12 just said, they had 3 in a row in that fourth quarter. Despicable, terrible turnover. Like, Caitlin Clark is really good at when she gets the ball, she's going to always look up and she'll throw a full court pass. She'll dime somebody on a fast break. But you got to know the game. The head coach said it herself. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going through Caitlin. Caitlin should have had that mindset as well. You shouldn't have passed that ball. Too many turnovers, too many sloppiness. You should have known we're going through me. And the thing about Caitlin Clark, she shoots it fast. It's not like you got to waste a whole minute to, 25 seconds of the shot clock to get a shot off. She's a quick shooter. So, hey, give it a shot. If she gets hot, let's roll. My boy Roadrunner Jay in the building. What's up, dog? Here, I'll put the link down in case anybody wants to join in real quick. I'm going to put the link in the live chat if you want to call in. I'm not going to say too much. I got some shit to go do. But, hey, if anybody wants to join in on the convo, let me know what you think. The live chat is right there down below. Tonight, who you got? San Diego State. I'm going to be honest, man. I know none of my Florida boys made it. I don't know if I fucking jinxed them. I went live during the FAU San Diego State game. I was holding off, too. Me and my brother Alan were holding off. Weren't going to go live. Check me out on Instagram at Wydoe. You can see the video. We went live probably 50 seconds to go. Leading the entire goddamn game. Leading the entire half. And then they hit a buzzer beater game winner on us. Man, shout out to San Diego State. But them FAU boys look good, didn't they? Them boys look good, dog. And even Miami, I was just like, okay, you got no chance. It just was a whole different kind of game. FAU boys were really here, really offensively sound. The freshmen they got, and they're a team that's going to be back too. Shout out to FSU. I love it. Jay knows I jinxed the shit out of them, man. It's tough. Iowa needs to bring some help down low. That's a fact. They're losing their big Singano, I believe her name was. She had like crazy stat this year, averaging like I think above 15 with like 4 dribbles all year. So her game is literally catch it, go up. Run. Caitlin Clark will find you. And at the end of the day, LSU was just a complete ass team. It was just a very complete team, hard to match up against, an Iowa team that's so dependent on Caitlin. Because a lot of people, they're not talking about it. When that first half, LSU was in foul trouble. A lot of their stars had to come out. And that freshman came in the game in 21 early in the first half. That's a game changer. When Caitlin goes out, it's just it's a slow paced game. It's not the same. So without further ado, I got my guy in here with me, Joe Accord, the weatherman, fucking aficionado. How you feeling, brother?
God, we got a couple crazy days ahead of us, brother. But got a question for you. I know you play basketball like religiously and stuff like that, and like I know Lucy would hate me to say this, but I'm a big Iowa fan. I'm a big
Lucy's a big LSU girl too.
And but I also believe that Kim Mulkey, she's a bad woman to coach. Bro. She gets the best out of somebody. They're pointing out that one girl that basically went to like 5 different schools, and then she finally caught on and followed her there, and she made that mistake at the end where she got that 10-second rule, and Mulkey got on her ass too.
On her ass, yep.
10 seconds later, she hits that little cutback shot on the left side of the key, and I mean they were hitting everything. Caitlin was throwing up everything. Caitlin reminds me, honestly, of Trae Young when he was in high school and some of his shot selections, because I went to a couple of his games and he was chucking them up everywhere.
Right.
He went to OU. He started doing that in the first couple of games, found out you can't do it that much in college basketball.
Yeah.
Started coming down, being a little bit, but he still scored some pretty good points in college.
Yeah, I mean,
pros,
I don't even know who to compare.
Pros, because
I don't even know who to compare Caitlin to, just because like Trae Young is nice. We've seen a lot of men's shooters, we've seen a lot of them. Bradley Beal was nice in Florida. Buddy Hield was crazy. Trae Young, Shabazz Napier. But I've never seen anybody run around like Caitlin without the ball. You know what I'm saying, Joe? As soon as she catches it, it's a shot. That's like a Klay Thompson in the league. a Steph Curry almost, but not ball dominant as much because she's not even really the true point guard. She runs around as a shooting guard. And when she has the ball, she's looking for the pass, or she's going to pull that bitch up as soon as she steps across half court.
And you can see that they're trying to get that ball to her.
Oh, yeah. The team is bought in. It's not like she's
her
a ball
first
hog.
thing is when she gets the ball, you can see she's trying to throw it away.
Yep.
She's either going to try to throw it down to a country girl on the block,
Yeah.
or she's trying to go out to the wing again. But if she has an opening, she's just running around. She gets that thing and she chucks it up there, and 9 out of 10 times somehow it's either clanking or banging.
I mean, I don't care. Women's, men's, toddlers, kids, grown adults, 26, 22, 31, back-to-back 41-point games and a 30-point game in the chip game. Joe, that is a goddamn stat line for anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
That reminds me, and honestly, that reminds me of? That reminds me of like Steph Curry when he made that run.
Right, Davidson, out of nowhere.
That he was putting points up left and right, obviously, when it gets a better team. And lost, but it still put up decent points. But again, his points compared to the thing about that is that she had 30 points, but they almost had 80 points.
Right. A high scoring game for women's, right.
But they're losing a couple of those big girls, which I think is huge for Caitlin to be able to chuck it down there. If she doesn't have a shot, she has those 6'1", 6'2" girls down there on the block. But one girl, the big girl, she's not there next year, but I believe the other girl is there.
And how important is this to you, Joe? Because I take a lot from both sides. People are going to critique Angel all goddamn day. I'm not that concerned. You won the chip. What are you going to do? It is what it is. You're hype. You're a competitor.
There's two things I got.
I like to see Caitlin not be phased by this. This is big for girls moving forward.
She's done it before. They've shown videos. I've seen videos on Twitter left and right. They've shown her do this before. She even has a thing on when she scores a point. And the Iowa Hawkeyes put some kind of deal on Twitter. They have her meme going like this.
Right.
So there's a lot of things behind that. I think the timing comes down to everything, At that point, I'm jumping up and down. I'm grabbing teammates. We just got 95 new girls this year and a new coach 2 years ago, or even last year. And we just won the championship. We're championship. And she just wants to sit there like that. Do it during the game. I would probably not do it at that time. But right. I don't care that it was done. But I like a rivalry. She's a sophomore. Caitlin's coming back.
Junior this year. She got a senior year next year.
Yeah. And I think
she's been doing it since high school, just like that. The same kind of player she has been. And I loved how Coach Moakley at the end graced her and let her know you are a generational player. And that's coming from, somebody with a lot of respect. So great game, bro. I loved it.
I think that puts a little bit of a chip on Caitlin's shoulder next year. Watch out.
Gotta be. And I hope that they match them up. I hope just because, let's just do a early season game, non-conference. LSU, Iowa to running back.
I was going to need a couple of big girls I think they got one coming back, but I think they're going to need a couple of big girls up there. And I think that they got maybe
always got to replenish, but the stage is set, I don't think it's like an Iowa football that's kind of all right. This Iowa basketball is somewhere to really go to and invest in.
Her style of play, I think, needs someone like sitting on that post that she can chuck it down to if she can.
Or just another dominant guard. Just anybody.
I forget the little girl's name, Marshall.
24 was doing very good for them. It was just a great game, and I love to see it.
I like it. It was a lot. They said the viewership, holy crap.
Right.
Dude. The viewership was like almost 4 times it's ever been.
Yep. And it was good basketball because the NBA games were on too. I'm watching NBA. There was a play-in game with the goddamn this is the Final Four game. The play-in was like the Lakers and the Timberwolves or whatever.
Yeah. But I do agree.
The game was just so much better as a viewer to watch those girls go at it. Even though there's not dunks, the athleticism, the speed isn't the same, but the game, they're going at it. They're equally set. They're not flopping. They're not look like they're taking time off or taking plays off. That's what I love to see. Go at it hard every goddamn day.
Now you see this, and I think that more viewership will be on next season. The one,
have
see
to
what
be.
Caitlin does, see what LSU does, and see if they play again against each other.
A lot of people forgot Paige from UConn. Their star player was out the whole season, tore ACL. She didn't even play. She's coming back. She's a lot of people said she's the best player in the world.
Before you get off, man, who you got tonight?
Yeah, I'm not going to say too long. Listen, brother, after FAU went down, I'm just so sad. To be honest, I'd like to see San Diego State win it. They've never won before. I'd like to see them do it. UConn's a powerhouse. A lot of people love UConn. I played in Connecticut, so I know a lot of people are rooting for them, but I'd like to see someone new do it. I'm going San Diego State.
Nice. All right, buddy. Well, take care. Thanks for letting me on.
I love Joe. We'll be on live again. That's the man right there, Joe Accord. Real weatherman, dog. Real meteorologist out here, okay? Keeping you safe, keeping you tucked, keeping you warm, keeping you dry. Let's go. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in right now to the official Wydoe Podcast with your boy, Wydoe. Just had to come on and show some love on the live YouTube. As you guys know, I am live from the FWMB studios. I got me a full-time place. I love it. Cannot wait to do some more. I've done a lot of videos in there. I'm about to start pumping them out. I got some big guests coming. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me, so just wait to see them live in person. And you know what? Depending on how well I do, if I start rolling, I'm just going to go ahead and book a flight to California, go ahead and go see JB in the backyard and give him an easy 11-3 loss. I'm going to beat him 11-3 one-on-one in the backyard. Easy money. Or we can just do a shooting contest or chipping. Your boy golfing too. Anybody out there that golfs? I've been golfing. Hey, it's a pretty fucking hard sport. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. If anybody tuned into Ladies Night, I wasn't going to ask this question, but I got to ask it, okay? Now we got Ladies Night Part 2, but it's going to be in person live. I'm going to have unlimited amount of girls. I think I'm going to have 2 men co-hosts with me. They'll be live in the studio. That'll be probably either this week or next week. So stay tuned for that. I might go live later on tonight, later on in the week. I'm going to go live and go ahead and watch Pat McAfee and the boys. So if nobody told you today, go have a great day. Keep doing you. You look good. And only compare yourself to you. Last month, last week, 5 years ago, that's the only person that matters. Because if I'm comparing myself, god damn, boy, I came a long way. I was a lot richer back then. But boy, we're doing a lot. I'm loving life. I'm enjoying every day. And that's all that matters. Till next time, it's your boy Wydoe. And I hope you have a great month. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great day. But most importantly, I hope you have a great life.
Why?
One time for anybody out there chasing their dreams. One time for the family. One time for my day ones. And one time for the bad bitches in the back that's rocking with it, girl. Play with me. She want daddy to look at her, okay?
Thank you, Wydoe.
That person in the mirror last week, last year, last month, 5 years ago, it's the only person you're in competition with. The last thing before I go, I believe this weekend is UFC, Miami, Adesanya, Pereira rematch. I believe it's this weekend. Going down. Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns in Miami, coming off the Kobe loss, Kobe indictment. Another show. I'm gonna come back and talk all about that. Obviously, we're gonna do a live reaction show. I really tried to get a goddamn clearance and credentials to go work the UFC event. Let's hold the fuck up. Let's talk about it. Do you realize? I've realized, okay, these reporters at sport events, whether it's basketball, football, fighting, what are they doing? What are they asking? Who are they representing? Who's paying for them? A lot of this shit be suspect. Hey, even last night, they just got off the damn court. Hey, how do you sum up the season? You think she got an answer for you? So I can't wait till they get me on as a reporter so I can ask some real life questions, you know? What'd you have for dinner last night? You got a headache? What? Just real life questions. I'm tired of all this bullshit, crazy shit. So hopefully if I can get some goddamn some credentials to go to the UFC event this weekend in Miami, I will try. And I'm like, oh, you know me, dog. Only the real. Brian Martinez in the building. What's up, big dog? And yeah, we getting off here. I appreciate anybody tuning in live to the official Wydoe Podcast with your boy. Shout out to my brother Jeff Luck, Chaser Water. Go get you some of that. Just dropped last week. Ivy, shout out to Chris Carter, author, professional basketball extraordinaire. Atlanta Falcons falling down. Why didn't we go for Aaron Rodgers? Why didn't we go for Lamar Jackson? Our owner, Arthur Blank, even released a statement why we didn't go after Lamar Jackson. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Okay, we ain't talking about no Falcons if they just passed on Lamar Jackson. I'm done. So, Lakers. All I'm gonna say about the Lakers, they got a chance. The Nuggets do not want to see them Lakers and LeBron in the playoffs and Anthony Davis off a 40-point game first round. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to fucking Joker and Jamal Murray, but I don't think they want to see the Lakers. So, till next time, I know I'm running too late. I appreciate y'all. Let's go watch Pat McAfee and the boys. All love. You did.